Welcome to the FPL USA Press Play podcast and YouTube show. I'm here with the one and only at FPL_Black Wolf, and this is your boy at Gen Nation, aka at FPL USA Brian, on the ones and twos today. How we doing, Mr. Black Wolf?
I'm doing good. I'm sporting my new Wolf shirt, the Brazil one.
Very schmick.
Yeah, a lot of people hate this one, but I love it.
Yeah, very unique, I would say. Wouldn't be your traditional retro kit, in 50 years. You'd be like, maybe that was a mistake, but yeah. I like it. It's got personality, just like
exactly.
You, man.
Hopefully I don't remember it as the kit we got relegated in. So.
Oh, good Lord. I mean, should we start there?
Sure.
Their defense just looks so rough. Oh, my goodness. I feel for you. And I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to back you up a few times here because we got our other host who's missing out today, Mr. Bucks. He's just like, oh, Wolves are fucking awful. It's like, dude, Dan knows they're in trouble. You don't have to send that text message, man. Like, he's watching every minute of every match. Like, you don't need to even put that into the ether.
Yeah, I am well aware that we're a pile of shit and we're in trouble.
Pain.
I think this is the first time I've actually thought about us getting relegated. It was that bad.
No, especially with the other promoted sides like looking like half decent compared to last year, especially.
Yeah, and up today we're going to be talking about wildcards, and I know a lot of people are bringing in Leeds, Sunderland assets on their wildcard. No talk about Wolves, so even though their fixtures are good, so. That says it all.
Parents are going out for a wild time for their wild cards and leaving the pups at home because there are not many assets to even be had with Wolves, which is a bummer for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we'll try and keep this on a positive note, even though you and I are down in the depths of the millions. What a funny start to the FPL season. Like, I don't think I've ever had this slow of a start, quite frankly, even, placing my worst ever rank. I mean, I think with the variance in people using their chips and when people are spiking points, it's just, and then you got all the hairy bot clones to face up against, all 5,000 to 10,000 of those lads. Yeah. It's looking rough right now, but let's jump into our scores from game week 5.
Yeah. We honestly could have closed our eyes to pick our game week 1 team and probably been on a higher score. It's just I mean, I am ranked 5.2 million right now, and I'm the highest ranked on this podcast. I mean, that says it all.
Right. That is right.
I got a worthless 34 points this week. I can't believe how bad it was. I mean, if I had just played Dubravka and Estev, the Burnley players, instead of Sanchez and Salah+Haaland, which I was tempted to do so, I'd have been on what? An extra 10 points. Yep. I mean, Sanchez to get a red card after 2 minutes, -3 points. Just.
Let me tell you, as a Chelsea fan, it's been a rough week after getting dismantled by Bayern and then to lose in the fashion that we did versus Manchester United team, who's obviously still finding their footing. Very rough week to be a Blues fan. And then on top of that, Bucks and I had a couple entertainment purpose dollars on Chelsea, and to see that go up in flames almost immediately, and then Palmer goes off injured, I'm like, what else can you add to this wound, to add more salt into the wound? It was rough.
I mean, I'll go through my team. The -3 from Sanchez, disaster. Pedro Porro, 1 point, worthless. Anderson coming in with 4 points. He's consistently getting those, so fair play to
Legend.
him. Munoz, 2 points. Concedes, doesn't get the DEFCON, doesn't get any kind of attacking return. Mo Salah, 5 points. Whatever. For 14.5 million, you want more than 5 points. Dewsbury Hall, 1 point. He gets a yellow card every single fucking game. Bruno,
he's on 4 already.
I know. Bruno Fernandes, amazing asset. That's the one good decision I feel I've made. Florian Wirtz, oh my god. Benched and then a yellow card. He's been a disastrous
yellow card
pick.
Can't even get us a single damn point.
No. Disastrous pick. Then I had Salah+Haaland, and I thought, you know what? I think he'll be benched. I was correct. But I thought he would come on probably at halftime or 60 minutes. And I preferred to have him for 45 minutes against Leeds than have a Burnley defender because I didn't want to be lame. But that was a terrible decision. Mateta gets his goal, but as usual, he comes away with no bonus points. He gets robbed every week from that. And then Ollie
Did you see that
Watkins.
at the end too? It was because he was offside in one of the final minutes of the game, and that dropped him all the way from 9 points to 6. Brutal.
I know. And then finally, Ollie Watkins. I mean, pile of crap he is, isn't he? He was essential before the start of the season. I said to everyone, I think he's an essential pick.
He looked so good in preseason.
Yeah, but God, Villa in general just looks shit. What's going on? I don't understand.
Maybe they'll go down and Wolves can stay up.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, it's safe to say I was very happy to click my wildcard button. I was about 50-50 until that Sunday, and then I was like, I can't look at this team any longer.
Right there with you. I rolled my transfer. Did you roll this week too?
Yeah, so I've got 2 free transfers.
Yeah, I mean, you and I were both in the same spot where it's like, maybe I can delay the wild card and then make a double move with 2 free transfers to get Haaland in. And then after this week, you're just like, I can't look at some of these guys anymore. Just for my mental health, I can't do it anymore. Just the wrong picks in too many spots in my team. So, all right, you ended on 34, rough, red arrow.
Yeah.
At least you're 5.2 million. Let's move to my team. I'll put that on screen. Hand of Palm God, 6.9 million OR, but on a tiny, tiny green arrow, 43 points net. You, myself, and Bucks all had Sanchez in goal. Disaster, -3. Just to have Dubravka score 7 more points than Sanchez is just an utter kick in the balls. And I'll be honest, I never thought once about playing Dubravka. I didn't really even think about it. So that's unfortunate. I got LaCroix, Porro, Anderson, and then Nico Williams with the 10-pointers. That was a bright spot.
Yeah, that was
nice. Saturday morning to see a 10-pointer. And he scored his goal like in the first 3 minutes. So that was surprising. I'm like, oh, maybe this guy can get me a 15, 17-pointer that I desperately need. LaCroix hit the crossbar, I believe, or the woodwork on one of his shots, and that would have been very juicy to have 2 goals in my backline, but was not meant to be. Salah with 10. Semenyo with the honest man's 5-pointer. Oh, did he get an assist? No. DEFCON, right? Unbelievable.
DEFCON, yeah.
You love to see it. So I know we're going to talk about it later. I think he's going to survive making it to my wild card. I've gotten 13-pointer, 5-pointer from him. Happy with Semenyo. And honestly, like I saw him in Santa Barbara last year when they came to play Wrexham for their little preseason friendly, and like he just watching him in person was just like, I like this guy. You know, he's low to the ground, he's got great center of gravity, and he signed his new contract. There was all those rumors about him possibly going to Arsenal or going to a bigger club, and he re-ups at Bournemouth, and he looks like he's just in that mold of a great breakout FPL pick. Maybe, probably wouldn't say the heights of Cunha, but I'm expecting him to come close to 175 points this season if he continues to play 90. And I love that too, right? We have so many other problems in our teams with all these other assets getting subbed off, or he's at least playing 90.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone to a bigger club, to be honest. And another thing about him, I'm going to jinx it now, but last season when I owned him, he was another player getting yellow cards every single game. It was infuriating. Yep. He's not getting them anymore. So I don't know if that's just a coincidence or whether he's adjusted his game a little bit, but he looks like a much better asset this season.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe he's leaving a little bit left in the tank, but to get the DEFCON for the midfielder, good on him in a very boring 0-0 draw. But when you're looking at a 0 next to him from Wirtz, you're like, wow, what I would do for a 5-pointer from Wirtz. Yeah. I mean, this fucking guy, Dan, are you kidding me? We blow smoke up his ass all preseason, obviously, and I've owned him in multiple fantasy games, Euros, UCL. He's been great, and he is not adjusted well. You can't even give me a damn side pass for a cheeky assist one time.
No.
Ugh.
And then look at your bench. Let's talk about your bench.
I know. Let me go through the rest of Bruno with 10-pointer. Like I said, you and I have had the ups and downs with Bruno, but like him as a pick. Watkins 2, Wood 2. So I have gone this season 0 for 15 in terms of attempting to get a return for my strikers. That is hard to do. That is really hard to do. I have had 0 returns from my strikers this season. Crazy, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
I was thinking, the only one I've got is Mateta, 1 goal. That's it.
Yeah, so you're 1 for 15. Like I brought Wood in a couple game weeks ago, thinking that his good run, and that's been utterly piss poor as well. Meanwhile, João Pedro rises every damn day in price. So then the bench, this could have been a bench boost. Dubravka 4, Reinders the 9-pointer, and I did not bench boost, whereas a lot of people had him on their bench, and he's the perfect Man City asset right now. He's starting every single match. He's involved. He shoots. He just looks like he's trusted by Pep immediately, and great pick. And then
it's a shame you didn't have someone instead of Gooey on the bench, because then you probably would have bench boost. I'm sure.
I mean, I even had $1 million in the bank going into this match, so I was like, but DCL is 5.5, Muniz is 5.5. I couldn't even get to those guys because Gooey Man has been sinking away. So, all right, well, 43 points. It is what it is. I just want to
quickly make it worse for you, though. I don't know if you saw, but because the changes to Opta come in after the Sunday, after FPL is locked, they actually decided that Reinders did not get his 12 DEFCON, and LaCroix did. So your points should actually be an extra 2 points for LaCroix and 2 points less for Reinders on your bench. But
whoa! When did this hit? Today?
The way FPL works is they lock their scores like an hour after the final game on a Sunday. But Opta, they update their stats later that day.
Okay.
Apparently they've updated them, so Reinders actually got 11 DEFCON. And LaCroix got 10. So you should be sitting on 4 points for LaCroix and 7 for Reinders on your bench.
Chef's kiss.
An extra 2 points for you, that would have been.
Well, hey, I didn't bench boost, so I wouldn't mind Reinders getting less points, to be honest. I have not seen these updates go through, but I'm going to take your word for it.
I'm telling you that the updates happen to Opta, but FPL cannot change their scores.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying to you.
I'm refreshing my page. I'm like, where are these points that Dan's trying to promise me?
FPL lock their scores an hour after the final game. Opta updated their stats, so you should be on an extra 2 points, and Reinders should be on 2 points less.
Wow. Yep.
So,
I'm literally getting no luck this season, so it's time to hit the wild card button. And before we move there, let's just shout out our fallen soldier, Bucks, because we had some timing issues, couldn't get him on to join us, but he ended up on 29 points. Oh, even worse than you, Dan. So he's also on Wildcard. So the trio of us are just like, it's time. We can't wait any longer. Some planks in our team, so we got rid of them.
Yeah.
But other people who are absolutely flying, friend of the show and the manager of the game week in our Press Play Palooza mini league, which you can join using code at. Actually, I forgot the code. It's right here, though.
PELL04. PEL04. I remember.
Thank you, attaboy. Thank you for doing that. It's also on the screen for the YouTube listeners, so please join us. But friend of the show, Avi, a.k.a. FPL Conte, he is sitting at 53K overall right now, off of the back of an 83-point bench boost. Let's go, Avi. He's got his aura back. He's got Petrovic with 6, Nico Williams with 10, Richards with the full 4 points for DEFCON, Anderson 4 points, DEFCON, Anderson Jr. over here at Nottingham Forest with a 4-pointer, Semenyo 5, Vert 0, Bruno Fernandes 10, Wood 2, Haaland cap, very nice for that's bold too, that cap versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal away? That's a bold cap. All right. 18-pointer there. Watkins with 2, and then his bench, he gets the Reinders points, Pedro Porro, and then just some honest work from Goodmanson and Dubravka, 4 points a pop. So, man, you're seeing these 4-pointers just add up for those folks who pick up those DEFCON points. And, I don't think it's widened the player pool per se, but it's shifted the focus from the fullbacks to the center backs. That's how I see it. I don't see many fullbacks really being under consideration right now in FPL, whereas you could just maybe get a 4 to 10 pointer with somebody like Anderson at 4.5. Bloody brilliant.
It's also shifted the focus from attacking the fixtures with attacking wingbacks who might get attacking returns,
right,
versus just picking a set and forget DEFCON monster who you can play against Man City away, you can play against Liverpool away, and their floor is like 3-4 points.
Yeah, it's we're seeing a lot of 4-pointers right now, but I think I still would try to avoid when you're playing City, Arsenal, or Liverpool, just because they could also score 4 goals, right? And then all of a sudden your score keeps going down further and further. But that's definitely the meta right now. And you'll see when we showcase our wildcard teams later, lots of DEF CON guys there. Before we jump into our wildcard drafts and some other chitter chatter across the community, I'm just going to pull up the scores here, Dan, from the weekend. Obviously, we've talked about Chelsea's disappointments and Wolves' disappointments. Not a single clean sheet other than the Bournemouth lad. So
Yeah.
If you had Senesi, another 9-pointer, he's straight into my squad for wildcard right now. Looks like a great value. And a couple seasons ago, before Hudson and the other Zabarni guy, I mean, he had, I think, maybe 5 or 6 attacking returns as well. So tons of potential with him. And Bournemouth, just solid organization. They're really humming along, even though they lost 4 their whole back line, essentially. So interesting to see them. I was hoping that they'd win that game, though. I predicted a 2-1 victory with tired Newcastle legs following Barcelona, but it was not meant to be.
Yeah.
I think
Newcastle have been, they've got 4 clean sheets out of 5, and no one talked about them. I mean, Nick Pope is the highest scoring goalkeeper. I don't remember anyone having him in their team.
Yeah, so very, very rare to see. I don't think I've seen many defenders at all. I've seen Pope in a few Game Week 4 wild cards, but that's it. So interesting to see there. Elsewhere, anything else? I think the Brighton and Tottenham match was a bit loosey-goosey. What did you think of that one? Did you catch any of those highlights?
Yeah, I mean, it was a very, very attacking game. It makes me wonder about the Tottenham defense. I know a lot of people had them and they've been keeping clean sheets, getting a good amount of points, but I'm not sure how long that's going to last long term.
Especially when UCL going
exactly.
on.
I mean, they've got Wolves at home next, so that's probably a clean sheet. Although, I fancy us to score against them, so I think it's a good time to jump off Tottenham defense, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, the run of fixtures coming up isn't too bad, though, so I could see folks staying there. I think they have Wolves at home, Leeds, Villa, Everton. That's a pretty good run of 4 fixtures, so you don't need to be in a rush, I would say, to move. But if you're on wildcard, like myself, I'm definitely happy to, take those trickling points from Poro and move on to other assets. But I think that one was interesting. Kudus comes in with a couple of assists for FPL. Simone's looked the most attacking when he came off the bench, had a couple shots that just missed, a couple big chances. He's somebody that I'm eyeing. I think his minutes aren't really nailed right now as he gets used to the new manager, the new club, the new league, the new country, and all of those things. But I think there's definitely a player there later in the season who's kind of in that sweet spot of 6.5 to 7.5 that he will be useful in FPL. I'm just not sure if I'll go there on wildcard.
I think so. I think it's hard to predict Tottenham because, they have Richarlison, they have Xavi, they have Kudus. I mean, Kudus gets a lot of points. He seems to be quite nailed in that attack, but, it's mainly assists.
No, it's only assists. He doesn't take any shot.
Only assists.
Yeah.
As for the rest of the team, they seem to rotate. Even Richarlison, who I thought would be completely nailed with Solanke out, he got 17 minutes in the last game. I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that was coming off the back of Brazilian international duty, so he did travel quite a far route. But I am definitely eyeing Richie for my wild card for my kind of cheap possible bench boost player for a wild card 6 and then bench boost 8. So we'll talk about him a little bit later, but definitely more of a short-term pick. We were talking to our friend Jamie Piggott, former FPL champion, and he was saying that Solanke is just really not even close to getting consistent minutes or being a viable starter. So Richie for the next month could be a half-decent pick, as, again, their fixtures not bad for attacking output. Anything else to highlight here before we move on? Fixtures catch your eye?
It was a pretty wild game week. Goals galore, no clean sheets, so many draws. Yeah, I think Leeds, I know they were playing Wolves, but I think Stach, however you say his name, at 5 million. Yeah, Mustache. He became a good 5 million option after watching that game because he's all over the place. He gets goals, assists, DEFCON. So I think a lot of people decided to put him on their wildcard after seeing that game and seeing his
Yeah, and
returns.
doesn't have the yellow card issues that another 5.0
Yeah.
what's his face does. Your
Mountain
guy.
Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah, produced KDH. So yeah, I think that was a standout. I mean, Wolves went up 1-0 and then Leeds really attacked quite heavily there to let up 3 goals all in the first half after taking the lead at home. Rough. Really rough.
I think the other thing is Arsenal and Man City game. I think those defenses proved that they're both 2 of the best defenses in the league. I think Man City look a lot improved with Donnarumma in goal. So now he's an alternative option to Raya in goal. I thought about it myself until he went up in price, and then it made the decision for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interested with their block of fixtures. They got Burnley, Brentford, Everton, Villa, Bournemouth in the next 5. So pretty solid when you compare that to Arsenal's, which is also very good. So it just depends if you like a piece of that. But I guess for me, like when I'm building on my wild card, I'm actually looking at maybe like a little bit more big at the back, which is not some place I was planning to go. But yeah, I just think that there are decent routes to points for somebody like Gavardiol. He got DEFCON in that match, 4-pointer, very close to a big 10-pointer plus. And I think there's just potential with a few of these defenders that can get the DEFCON and then hopefully keep a couple clean sheets. Whereas like Mateta's scoring goals, what do you get? 5-6 points for his goals? That's garbage, right? Like comparatively, when you're looking at the points per million and the upside, I'm like, I just think for just doing their jobs and the propensity to get DEFCON and then potentially add in either a clean sheet bonus or an attacking return, like we're going to see so many defenders just wipe the floor with the attackers that you're not captaining, right? Like captaincy is super important, but for these just run-of-the-mill, trot them out forwards, I'm like, Mateta's good, but 7.5, he's not getting any bonus. He did the thing. He got his goal. And you're still like, so like 5-6 pointer. It's not really fulfilling my point volume that I need.
True.
Yep. All right, cool. Well, that's just a quick rundown on a few of the matches that we watched. Like I said, I'm still reeling from Chelsea. Is just rough week to
indeed
be a Chelsea fan. And I think that's a big thing where some people were considering not wildcarding because this guy up here, Mr. Cole Palmer, nursing a groin injury. That is been lingering for many moons as well. Like rumored to be since the end of last season. He's been nursing it. Obviously trying to get those oil massages where you can. But he's playing through it. Through it.
Just give the guy a rest. I think, they don't 100% need him to win some of these games. I think just give him a month off. I know it sucks for them, but let him recover. Stop trying to play him and then having to take him off after 10 minutes, whatever.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little tough. We got Brighton at home. Just who knows how that match goes. And then Liverpool at home, which I don't know if I've shared, but I'm going to London in 2 weeks. And I'm trying to catch some matches. I might pay through the nose through all of my hard work on my day job. And tickets are so expensive for third party for Liverpool and Chelsea. But it would be my first time at the Bridge. So I might go to that. And then I've secured tickets for myself, the wifey, and the $400 ticket for the baby to go to Brentford versus Man City.
Oh, you have? Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked. So big shout out to our guy at Holy Pinto. He's hosting me, and I can't appreciate him enough. He's done the music for us before, been on the pod, and he's got his family London flat that he's going to hook his boy up with for a couple days. So I'm excited for that trip and watching some IRL footy. So you and Bucks will have to hold it down, but I'm going to get some clips, some good picks, because you'll just be out in London for a minute. It's gonna be good.
Is that going to be your first Premier League game, or?
No, I studied abroad in London, and that's where I met my wife. But 2011, I saw Robert Van Persie 2-1 versus Sunderland at the Emirates. So
nice.
Yeah, throwback. Sweet. Yeah, but this will be my actual first time as a avid FPL and football lover compared to like very casual in college.
Yeah. Those FPL returns are going to hit hard when you see them in person.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep it moving here and let's jump to your wildcard draft, Dan, because this episode we're going to highlight a few different drafts. We're going to also look at a free hit team from some members in the FPL community, talk about some chips and answer some questions. So we have about a couple minutes per each of these, and then we'll keep it moving. So walk us through the wildcard team, Dan.
Yeah, I'm going to preface this by saying that my team value is incredibly low. It's like 98 or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
So
mine
there
too,
are some...
last season I was like up to like 106, 107 like during my epic run, and now this year it's just like I'm making just shit out of lemonade. It's just rough. Yeah.
In my best season, I went to like 107 team value. It was insane. I'm on 98, so I'm scraping the barrel here. Regardless, my team is on the screen. I have David Raya in goal, Gabriel, Senesi, and James Tarkowski, or as me and my wife call him, Handsome Shrek. I don't know.
I have not heard that one.
I don't know if you've seen that movie, but he looks exactly like Handsome Shrek.
Yeah, okay.
I'm telling you. Then we have Tijuana Reindeers, Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, and Ndiaye. And I think this is the part where we're supposed to sing the song, but I'm not going to do it, Bucks. I'm sorry. And then we have Erling Haaland, Gyökeres, João Pedro, and on the bench I have Dubravka, Anderson, Mustache, and Richards. Now, the reason I've gone for this is I've gone for basically DEFCON monsters in defense. So I've got Senesi, Tarkowski, Anderson, and Richards. I feel like all four of them, their floor is basically 4 points. Anderson has really good fixtures coming along at like game week 10. So he's kind of a set and forget for me. I'll just put him back in the starting lineup consistently in game week 10. Crystal Palace always look good for a clean sheet in DEFCON during their good fixtures. And I can bench Richards most of these weeks.
Yep.
I can bench Tarkowski when they play Man City. So these players also rotate really, really, really well. And I do want to also say this draft, I do have bench boost 7 in mind. So I might play Wildcard 6 and then immediately bench boost 7. It's not ideal. Like I have Mustache against Tottenham at home. But DEFCON maybe gets an assist or something. Richards and Tarkowski play each other, Everton versus Crystal Palace. That could very easily be 0-0. Who knows?
Yeah,
or maybe one of them gets a clean sheet.
Yeah, exactly.
The reason I'm doing bench boost 7, first of all, to get it out the way, so I can save some transfers up and then change my team around and put cheap players on the bench pretty much immediately. The second thing is bench boost 7. I have a couple of defenders playing each other, and I have quite a big benching headache. Whereas if I just play a bench boost, if one of them gets a clean sheet, I'm guaranteed it. So
right on.
I think that's what I'm going to go for.
All right. So I would say pretty template compared to a lot of the teams we've seen, but nothing wrong with that, especially with those long-term 4.5s. Interesting to see no 4.0 defender in here, even though you're cash poor. But yeah, looks like a solid team that you can eventually start to use those transfers. Tell me more about Gyökeres. Are you I haven't been that impressed with what I've seen from him, especially he's racked up about 0.0 XG against those classic Big Six teams so far, but obviously adjusting to the league and more of a known as a flat track bully potential on pens. So you think he's worth the 9 million?
I don't. No, but I've picked him because he's the one player I'm unsure about, because I also thought about doing Saka in midfield instead, but Saka is like 0.8 million more than Gyökeres, and that 0.8 million
Bucks as a tease.
Yeah, so that 0.8 million though is very hard to find back around my team without making a sacrifice I don't like.
Yep.
Additionally, I think if I went lower than Gyökeres, there's no one I really like. And the other thing is Gyökeres, he hasn't been great yet, but in the one game he was great and got something like 12 points was against Leeds. So I feel like he's a real bully against those weaker teams, and they have a lot of really good fixtures coming up. So, if he gets a return or two in the first game, gets a bit of confidence, I can see him racking up the goals, because there is a good player in there. plus his ownership is going to be high.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, his ownership's going to be high. They're going to hit this nice run of fixtures where you expect him to get some more points. So let me pull this up. Arsenal, away at Newcastle, tough entry point. But then West Ham at home, Fulham away, Crystal Palace at home, Burnley away, Sunderland away. Very nice run there for attacking returns. I guess, like I was saying before, it's just like, man, even if he scores one goal, like, are these guys going to come anywhere near bonus points? Whereas we're seeing a lot of the defenders and midfielders pick up bonus this season. So just something to keep in mind. But overall, I like the team.
Yeah, I just didn't know. Like, if I make Gyökeres a cheaper asset, first of all, I wouldn't know who to go for. Second of all, then I have funds to spend elsewhere. I can't get to the likes of Saka or Palmer, so it'd probably be to upgrade my defense. So I'd bring in someone like Virgil or Gvardiol, but then I'm left with benching headaches a lot of the weeks.
Yep.
I'm also losing my 4.5 million rotating defenders who are DEFCON monsters. And then the other problem is, later on, if I decide I do want Palmer, or I do want Salah back, or I do want Saka, then I'm stuck with all my money in defense. Yep. I like the ability to just immediately swap out Bruno or immediately swap out Gyökeres. They're cash cows as well as good assets.
Yeah, I love being able to maybe get Palmer in a month when you need him. Easy to move up from Bruno to him and Gyökeres down, etc. So yeah, really solid. Can't complain. Let's move on to my wildcard drafts. I have two. So I'm going to show this one first, which is, again, very poor team value, but this is a Haaland only and much more heavy in defense and having some benching headaches immediately. Right now in this lineup, I have Raya in goal, Tarkowski, Virgil, and Gvardiol through the back line. So ton of money in the defense there. Reinders, Ndiaye, Semenyo, Bruno. Then up top, I have Richarlison versus Wolves at home, João Pedro, and Haaland in this side. And my bench consists of Dubravka, Gabriel, Rodon, and Stash, Mr. Mustache himself. So taking this for a ride for bench boost 8 is my plan. I have 2 free transfers right now. I'm worried, obviously, if you get more than one injury, you're probably not going to be able to bench boost in 8. But I do love that Leeds are playing Burnley. And so you're hopeful that one of those teams wins 1-0 and maybe Rodon gets 4 points or DEFCON, maybe Dubravka gets a clean sheet, maybe Stash comes in with, a 10-pointer. So that's, the hope there. The only downfall is both Tarkowski and Ndiaye play Man City away, I believe. So you don't love that, but nothing's going to be perfect on bench boost. So I could even bench boost in 7, but this is much more big at the back scenario. My money is spread without Salah in the team. The money is very spread, and I don't have any Liverpool attacker. So I'm just going to hope that they keep spreading the goals between Szoboszlai and Gakpo and Verts, and it just doesn't really heavily fall on Mo's shoulders this season. So what are your thoughts?
So, I love this draft, but it goes back to what I said when I was talking about my draft. The only issue I have with it is, like you said, if you want to bring in Palmer at some point, or Saka, or Isak, or anyone like that, your funds are kind of spread around your defense. You're probably going to have to make 3 transfers or even 4 transfers to get those players. And I kind of like the idea of saving up 5, if possible, at some point this season. And I just don't know if it's possible with this draft. But other than that, I really like it. And the fact you've got a bit of a benching headache each week is the only other issue, I feel. But you've got all the best defenders in there for sure. The only other thing I'd consider for you is
2 ways about it. I've gone tinkered with really expensive defenses, and then I've gone really cheap as well. So a couple different ways you could play it.
The only other thing I'd consider for you is, rather than Rodon as the defensive option, if you're bench boosting 8, you can also look at the Sunderland 4.0 defenders, because they have Wolves at home.
No, it's a good shout. I have not looked at that.
Yeah, and Gvardiol I've definitely considered myself as well. My only slight hesitation about him is I think he'll get clean sheets, but I'm not sure he's going to get DEFCONs against teams that aren't Arsenal, or Liverpool.
Yep.
Because they just dominate possession. So that's the other
Yeah.
thing that would concern me. But
I'm just a big fan of the Croatian sensation.
yeah,
I just really like him as a player, and he brought me a lot of glory last year in my epic run. So,
yeah.
yeah,
I
he's
mean, it's a
definitely
great draft. It's a
yeah,
great
it's
draft.
solid. I think the lack of kind of second premium midfielder is a bit worrying because it's just not how we've played FPL the last couple of years. But many ways to play. We'll have transfers, and I just like Wildcard 6 because you're going to get those 5 frees after game week 15 and before AFCON. So, if I need to use a few between this run of 10 game weeks, not a big deal. I think we're going to get topped up. So, like where Charleston is a short-term pick, he will be, I think, away at Villa in game week 8 when I would propose bench boost, but I still think in 3 game weeks from now, Solanke's not going to be ready. So
yeah, I mean this draft is a bit of a differential as well. I mean,
yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I'm 6 point zillion, right? Like it doesn't matter. I need to go a little different than the template, so a couple different picks there.
In that case, another thing you could do is rather than Raya and Gvardiol, you could bet against the Arsenal defense, so you could bring in Arsenal attackers and do Donnarumma and Senesi instead. Because earlier on you said Senesi's a lock in your draft, but he's not in this one. So.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Well, let's go to my Haaland and Salah draft, which is something I tossed together this morning. This is Raya in goal, Senesi, Van de Ven, Gabriel, Richards. Then across the midfield, we have Salah, Doku, Reinders, Ndiaye, and then João Pedro, Haaland. And then on the bench, Dubravka, Muniz, Rodon, Stash. So this one is, a little different. I think the Doku spot, that could be anybody. That's just a punt on going hard on City for a few game weeks. But I've actually been relatively impressed with what he's done so far this season. If you could take that next step in his game, I still need to get a bench boost out of the way, though. So this could be bench boost 7 or 8. It really just depends. But Muniz, they play Arsenal in game week 8, so this would probably be a bench boost 7 team.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of this one, mainly because you're going to be playing a defender against a good attacking team pretty much every week, if I'm judging that correctly. But at 6.9 million, you're going to have to either go template and just slowly call up the ranks or go for something wildly different. And this is certainly wildly different.
Yep. So. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to overlook João Pedro in the front line. I think he's pretty much nailed for most people on Wildcard based on Chelsea's decent output, and he's going to be on pens. He can play the 9 or the 10.
I think in order for this to be a success, you're really going to have to rely on both Salah and Haaland smashing it consistently.
Yeah, which obviously that was the key to some people who started off last season really well. So interesting look there. Now, let's keep it moving here. Bucks has his first draft to share. I'll run through it. He's got Raya in goal, Gabriel Romero, and then Truffert at Bournemouth, Saka, Semenyo, Bruno, and Ndiaye, Reinders. Saka's the big one there, but you're seeing 4 of those midfielders in almost every wildcard draft. And then he has João Pedro and Haaland up top. On the bench, he's got Dubravka, DCL off of his big 11-point haul versus Wolves. Mukulele, I have no idea who that guy is, and then Goodmanson. So,
yeah,
I don't know when he's bench boosting, but interesting.
I mean, ukulele, whatever you want to call him, Mukulele.
He's a 4.0 on Sunderland.
He's a 4.0 Sunderland defender. So Bucks has clearly done his research. I'm guessing he's looking at bench boost 8 with this one. I like it. He's got Saka instead of Gyökeres. He's got Romero at home to Wolves, and Romero is the DEFCON monster at Tottenham. He's gone for Truffert over Senesi. They're going to share.
I hate that.
You hate it. You heard it. You heard it, Bucks. He hates it.
Senesi is everything right now. I don't know how you go against him.
I mean, I'm curious I'm guessing he can't do Van de Ven and Senesi, so he's gone with Romero and Truffert instead.
Yeah, it must be. He's
also lower ranked, so he's probably going for differential. But I like he's got Saka. It's a good shout.
Is it? I mean, as an asset, if he doesn't have pens and his expected minutes are going down because they've got more players to fill, I guess I don't know what happened with
Madueke.
with Noni if he's actually injured, but he's looked impressive so far in his starts, like not getting a lot of goals and assists, but certainly deputizing well for Arteta and
Yeah.
lots of take-ons.
I think if Madueke is confirmed out for a long time, then I think Saka's a very, very good asset. I'd be hesitant if Madueke's fine.
All right. Well, we'll get back into a shorter video later in the week with Bucks, and he'll go through his final draft on the YouTube channel and maybe a quick podcast later on. Next, we're going to go to another wild card. This one, yeah, pretty template, but from at FPL Paz, friend of the show.
No, Paz is trolling.
He's trolling?
That's my screenshot that I sent him.
Oh,
100% sure.
maybe I sent in the wrong thing. I was like, this looks very familiar. Well, I don't know.
Either you sent the wrong thing or Paz is trolling us, because that's 100% my draft.
That's hilarious. Well, I'll try and bring him back up later and see if we can find it. But we'll move on there. All right. Now let's look at a free hit team from at FPL Hunt, aka #1 in FPL USA Elite right now. Pretty good start for Connor. He's using his free hit chip and he's going all in on a few teams. Very interesting strategy. He's an all or nothing type of manager. Leads into the Analyticos, and I know he likes to get the high score for a few bounties in the mini leagues that he's in. He's got Vicario in goal next to Udogi, Keane, and Tarkowski. Then he across the midfield, Ndiaye, Salah, Bruno, Foden, Reinders, Richie, and Haaland up top. Pretty interesting. Only covering a few teams here. Heavy on 3 teams, 3 triple ups. What are your thoughts on going all in and just hoping it comes off?
Yeah, I mean, this guy, you can't fault it if it's Connor's team. You just know for a fact this is guaranteed a Everton clean sheet, Tottenham clean sheet, Foden to get a hat trick, Richarlison to get a hat trick. This guy, man, he's infuriating. But we love you, Connor. I think it's a good draft. I think if you're gonna go on a free hit, you kind of have to bet on certain teams and go heavy on them. I think that's the way to play the free hit. And he's clearly decided this is a good week for it. Because if I remember correctly, he does not own Haaland. He owns Salah. So I'm not sure if his plan is to sway Haaland and just have him for this week, or to get him in next week at a higher price. I'm not sure. But, I can't fault this really. He's got 3 attacking assets for Man City.
The Foden shout is very interesting. He's looked pretty lively thus far. Maybe getting his mojo back.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really fault it. It's risky, but if it pays off, he's gonna be top 100k easy.
All right. Next up, we're gonna look at FPL Paz's real team here. Now that I have it, got the right screenshot up. We have Dubravka in goal next to Raya. Then we have Gabriel. Who else is here? Senesi, Anderson, Esteve, and Virgil. And then he's got Ndiaye, Reinders, Semenyo, Bruno. I mean, that's, super template in terms of we're seeing that across most teams. And then Stashman there, João Pedro, Haaland, Gyökeres. So very similar to your team, right?
Yeah, his draft is exactly the same as mine, apart from I've got the 2 4.5s in Richards I've got Tarkowski and Richards, whereas he's gone for Esteve and Virgil. So nice. He's got an extra 0.1 million in the bank than I have. So if I wanted to do this draft, I couldn't do it. I couldn't afford it. But he can. And I think his idea with this one is to play bench boost 8. Because then you have Burnley against Leeds.
Yep.
So he could bench boost Esteve, Dubravka, and Stach, who all play each other. So I think that's his plan with this one. And then he's got Virgil long term as well. His fixtures aren't great for a while, but another DEFCON monster whose floor is 4 points. And then Liverpool's fixtures turn really, really good. I think around 12, and he's already got Virgil in place. So I think that's Paz's plan, and I like it a lot.
Yeah,
I would have been tempted by this if I could afford it, but I can't, so whatever.
Out of sight, out of mind, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our next section, #FPL community questions. You know what time it is, Dan?
Mailbag.
Yay, there it is. Not quite as much enthusiasm as Bucks usually puts into it, but we will
Well,
take it.
Bucks is on some crazy kind of trip half the time, so
Yep.
I bring the calmness.
He's
to the
tripping
pot.
out. Yeah, that's right. Ayahuasca or something in the Brooklyn air. All
Exactly.
right, let's start out with our first question from @MyCayman fan. He asked, with Saka back in action, are you tempted to include him on wildcard instead of double Arsenal defense? Why not all three? That's what Bucks is looking at. I wish he was here to defend his Saka pick. I'm just unsure about his minutes coming off of injury. Like, there seems to be more depth in this Arsenal squad, so maybe he will be rotated more often and play 65 minutes a lot more often than he used to in his weekly floggings from Arteta.
Yeah.
But I guess that's kind of where I net out. Like, definitely a differential pick. But since he's not on pens, it just, I don't know. It's just like, it's gone way down for me.
Is he definitely not on pens? I know Gyökeres took the last one, but is there a chance that Saka could win a pen and
Always
take
a
it?
chance.
Probably. I don't know. I'm curious if Matt plans on just having two Arsenal assets, or if he's going to go with both Saka and Gyökeres as a differential.
Oh, that's
that,
that's very spicy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing not, but that would be a very spicy differential going double Arsenal attack when I'm pretty sure no one else is going there.
Yeah, and they've put up a couple decent performances so far, so something to consider.
Yep.
All right, next question is from @FPL Paz. Have you heard of him before? Have you heard us talk about him?
Never.
He wants to know, is Virgil on wildcard viable? So I will start there because he's in my initial draft. I just kind of want one player from Liverpool, and if he's going to get a lot of 4-pointers and then that upside, I'm happy about it. I'm just not sold on the other assets at Liverpool and think they're going to spread it around. And if Salah's not getting consistent double-digit returns like he did last year, that's a price tag. It's just not worth it. So I like Verge. I think him and Senesi are like the only players basically getting DEFCON every single match. So he's going to be getting a lot of headed clearances and getting some tackles and blocks and whatnot. So you just really need him to spike, one of those 15-pointers, one of those bullet headers plus DEFCON. Like that's the dream, right? That you kind of fall into like a 17-pointer, something crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's coming. It's coming for sure at some point. I like having Virgil on a wildcard. Like I said earlier, if you can afford it, why not? He's kind of a set and forget for the. I think if you do go for him on a wildcard, you have to plan on keeping him right up until the next wildcard, really, unless he gets injured.
Yeah, unless I guess the one thing is like I'm just the rotating right back situation right now where you just don't know who's going to be playing there. Like it is a relatively shaky defense at this moment in time, but he's still getting a lot of 4-pointers, so those do add up, and then you hope they lock in like they did versus Arsenal and can get those big scores. So I like the shout, and at that price, again, like I'm comparing his kind of floor and ceiling to a lot of like the 7.5 million pound forwards. And yeah, I don't know. I just think there's a lot of value to be had in some of those premium defenders that you never have to move around.
Yep, for sure. All
right, next question is from @OG Blues Hindu. Wants to know Arsenal double defense or Arsenal single defense plus Tarkowski. So Tarko, I mean, I've seen a few teams with Timber. I was tinkering with him as well, like going Timber and Gabriel.
Same.
I mean, dude got a 24-pointer earlier in the season, so clearly he's trusted by his first choice right now. Was there an injury to Ben White? Some setback?
I don't know the status of it, but he did get injured a few weeks ago.
Something to consider.
I mean, both. I'm curious why he doesn't have both. I'm guessing he doesn't have David Raya in goal, then he's probably gone for a cheaper goalkeeper or Donnarumma, perhaps.
Yep. Yeah, it could be. Or if he's not in a wild card, you're trying to prioritize transfers in. So, I think a lot of people are going to be who wild card will have double Arsenal defense. So you just have to, again, to think about the meta. Like those are the people you're playing against that you're trying to gain rank on. So you're either going to fade. Like having one is like, if you own one, you're essentially hoping that they do concede every week because so many people will be doubled up. And so it is a weird spot to be in.
Exactly. So again, it depends on how you want to play FPL and what your rank is. Because like you said, it's going to be no fun having one Arsenal defender and hoping they concede every game. That's no fun.
Yeah.
So,
Classic.
I've got a feeling because we're wildcarding that Erling Haaland might be above 200% next week at home to Burnley because of the triple captains. So we're going to be hoping he blanks, which is lame.
Let's just go to our next question from @FPL_Dallas, the Count of Tuscany, the money man himself. He wants to know if triple captain on Haaland is best used in game week 6, or is there another better alternative? So have you given this much thought?
I mean, I'm wildcarding, so I couldn't triple captain Haaland, but if I had a triple captain and I wasn't wildcarding, I think Burnley at home is the time to do it. He's on crazy form right now. You might as well catch him while he's hot.
Yep.
I'm guessing he's going to play the whole game. He's got the whole week to rest because they're not in the cup. So I would do it if I wasn't wildcarding for sure. But I am wildcarding, so I don't know about you when you've considered to triple captain.
Yeah, I've looked at this just briefly today, and thankfully there are many other opportunities to captain Erling Haaland at home in the first half of the season. Yeah. So I'm leaning towards going with him over Salah, just based on form and the way that we've seen the first 5 game weeks play out. But again, if roles were reversed last season, we didn't see Mo really pick up his monster steam until kind of after game week 6 when Haaland fell off the face of the earth. But for City specifically, game week 13, Leeds at home, game week 15, Sunderland at home, game week 17, West Ham at home. All three pretty good shouts that you and I will definitely be planning a lot later on and go off vibes and how those teams look. But I definitely want a triple captain at home, and right now Haaland would take the cake.
I'm also very tempted. Like I've been saying this for seasons and I've never ever done it. But the triple captain is such a shitty chip. If our rank is like still 4 million, 5 million come like game week 15, 16, I might just pick a random player who I've got really good vibes about and triple captain them to try and get that monster score when they're really low owned.
Yeah.
Whether I do it or not, who knows? But
I would assume in all those matches that I just shouted out that Haaland will be the clear captain favorite. So, when you're looking at Salah later on in the season, Sunderland at home in game week 14, right before he goes to AFCON. I would have liked him versus Wolves at home in game week 18, but he will be MIA. So triple captain Frimpong, game week 18, nailed.
I mean, there you go. Who knows? Just pick someone random like that. Virgil van Dijk at home to a crappy attack.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed 12 points pretty much.
It's such a more fun chip in the first half of the season where you don't have to use it in a double, so you're just trying to find the best single. But there is kind of that mantra of maybe going against the grain and triple captaining somebody that is not going to have EO of 200%, right? Because your gains could be a lot higher, and then you hope that they blank and that your guy pops off, and then all of a sudden you're flying. So, something to consider for later on the season. Last question we have here is from @FPL Barrister. Excuse me, @Barrister FPL. He wants to know, is it time to move on from Salah with Palmer's niggling injury and Saka not back to full strength? And that's coming from an Arsenal fan. Is Bruno the best placeholder, or is Salah worth holding?
I mean, at this point, Salah's going to be a differential. Everyone's jumping off him this week, either on a wildcard or with free transfers. I mean, I don't think Salah's an urgent sell. I still think he's a great asset. I still think he has potential to get 15 points every single game, no matter how bad he's been.
Yep.
I just think Haaland right now is just too hot not to have. He looks like he's going to get a hat-trick every game. But
yeah, I mean, Bruno is a good asset, especially if he would have gotten his 10-plus pointer when he missed the penalty. He would have had 3 double-digit returns in the first 5 matches. So he's doing, what he does, trickle in with goals and assists, and he hasn't even gotten his DEFCON yet, so that eventually will most likely come. But yeah, I think Palmer and Saka for me are just complete wait and sees. Like, you have no idea on their minutes moving forward in the next month, so you can't have those guys in right now. And Salah, if I didn't have to freaking bench boost and I would have just sacked up and bench boosted in game week 1, I would definitely be going with and especially at this high rank that I'm at, I would have been going Salah, Haaland, DEFCON, cheap DEFCON guys as my play. I could still go that way, but it's just harder when I need to spread the money for bench boost. But yeah, lots of ways to play it.
The Saka and Palmer issues are kind of annoying because I think if both of those guys were fully fit this week, we'd be seeing a lot more differential wildcard teams. I think Bruno Fernandes, his ownership is going to explode now, and that's the one positive of our season so far, Brian, is we've been getting quite a lot of differential points from him, and we're just not going to get them anymore. So
yeah, but maybe we'll get more returns from our strikers because it has been so bad. Good Lord.
Oh God, awful.
You don't think it could get any worse, and then it just gets worse. Crazy.
Just like one assist would be nice.
Yeah, like fall over and like get tackled in the box or something. Good Lord.
Just Jesus.
Alrighty. We kept this nice and tight, Dan. Thank you for joining me on this week's Game Week 6 preview. That's right. Get it right. Keep it tight. That's what Dan is around here for. Thank you very much for engaging with us on social. We always appreciate that. Continue to do so. And please drop us a sub on YouTube. We're just building that out this season, starting to put out some more short content. I'm trying to teach old man Bucks how to use social media. It's been tough, but you'll see my face around there in a few random videos where I'm ranting and raving about Verts or other players in my team that have been rough. But please give us a sub there. We appreciate it. It's free to do. You just click that little button. You can turn notifications off. I don't care. Just hit the button. Thank you very much. And of course, follow us wherever you follow, social media accounts and everything else. Dan, any parting words? It's going to be a week of tinkering still, but I think we have a good shell of what we want to do for Game Week 6 wildcards.
I think so. I think I'm pretty much locked. I don't see myself changing this team whatsoever unless there's an injury in midweek. So I think it's going to be nice just to forget about FPL for the week, watch the cup games, focus on work, and then just get back to the disastrous season next weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a grind. It's going to be a grind, and I'm hoping that a few of my differential picks come off, but if they do not, it's going to be a long, rough season around these parts. But we will keep entering your airwaves and bringing the entertainments because that's what we do around here for the love of the game, for the love of FPL. That's right. All right, we'll catch you all soon. Good luck in Game Week 6. And if you're using a chip, I'm jealous. I wish I could pass you, but everyone's using their chips. They're going to be chipped out soon. And that's when maybe we'll rise, right, Dan?
I hope so. I hope so.